Welcome to our deep dive on mastering a sudden, massive pay jump. We'll explore why lifestyle creep is the hidden danger, how to anchor spending to your old income, and how to channel the surplus into a secure, growing future. First, we'll set expectations with a quick agenda. Then we'll cover a brief disclaimer before jumping into practical, step-by-step tactics. Here's our roadmap. We'll define sudden wealth syndrome and the risks that accompany it. Next, we'll follow a clear financial order of operations, starting with locking down lifestyle and building an emergency fund, then maximizing retirement accounts and investing simply. Afterward, we'll discuss establishing credit wisely. Along the way, we'll pause for quick quizzes to reinforce the concepts. And finally, we'll end with clear takeaways and a summary. Now, before we begin, let's briefly note an important disclaimer. Please remember, this content is educational in nature and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. Your situation may require personalized guidance, so consider consulting a licensed professional before making decisions. With that foundation set, let's define sudden wealth syndrome and the main risk to watch. Sudden wealth syndrome occurs when a person experiences a rapid increase in income and, without a plan, unintentionally inflates their lifestyle to match the new number. The core risk is lifestyle creep. Spending rises to meet or exceed income, eliminating savings and future security. The solution is to be intentional. Lock in your old spending level and channel the surplus automatically into savings and investments. With that in mind, let's transition to the financial order of operations that will keep you grounded. The first and most crucial step is to lock down your lifestyle. Keep your spending at your prior level. Think in terms of your old salary, not the new one. To make this stick, automate the difference on payday. Set up automatic transfers funneling the surplus directly into savings and investment accounts. Consider using distinct checking accounts. One for everyday spending that reflects your old budget, and another for savings and investing that captures the surplus. By designing your system this way, you reduce reliance on willpower. Now that we've anchored spending, let's move to building your protective cash cushion. Follow a proven sequence. First, lock lifestyle. Second, establish a robust emergency fund held in a high-yield savings account. Third, maximize retirement accounts. Start with capturing the full employer match, then contribute up to the annual limits in your 401k and IRA. Fourth, invest simply using low-cost index funds or a target date fund that automatically diversifies and rebalances. Finally, build credit responsibly, always paying credit card balances in full each month. With the roadmap in place, let's visualize how these components fit together. This mind map places the sudden wealth plan at the center. One branch emphasizes locking lifestyle by anchoring spending to the old income and automating transfers. Another branch highlights the safety net funding 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in a liquid high-yield savings account. The retirement branch shows capturing the employer match and contributing to 401k and IRA, with a goal of directing a significant percentage of gross income toward long-term investments. The investing branch promotes simple, low-cost index funds or a target date fund with consistent contributions. The final branch stresses credit building with pay-in-full discipline, low utilization, and on-time payments. Now that we've mapped the components, let's focus on the emergency fund details. A high-yield savings account is your liquid buffer against job loss, injury, or market volatility. Determine your essential monthly expenses: housing, utilities, groceries, insurance, transportation, and aim to save 3 to 6 months' worth. If your income is more volatile or your job carries higher risk, lean toward the 6-month target. Keep this money easily accessible, but mentally earmarked strictly for emergencies. The flow should be automated. From paycheck, you fund bills at the old spending level, then move the surplus to HYSA until the emergency fund is fully stocked. Once that's set, we'll pivot to retirement contributions. On the left, high-yield savings accounts generally offer higher interest rates and are often online first, making them a strong choice for emergency funds. They typically have FDIC or NCUA insurance, subject to limits. On the right, traditional savings accounts tend to have lower rates and may be linked to physical branches. They can still be insured and are fine for small buffers, but for a sizable emergency fund, the yield difference often favors HYSA. With the account type chosen, let's quantify your emergency fund target. This table illustrates sample emergency fund targets. For $2,000 per month in essential expenses, 3 months equals $6,000, and 6 months equals $12,000. At $3,500 per month, the target ranges from $10,500 to $21,000. At $5,000 per month, the range is $15,000 to $30,000. Use your own essential expense number to calculate your target. With the safety net quantified, let's direct the remaining surplus toward retirement accounts. Start by capturing your full employer match in the 401k. Then, continue contributing toward the annual 401k limit as your budget allows. Next, consider an IRA, Roth, or traditional, based on your eligibility, tax situation, and long-term goals. A powerful benchmark is channeling 25 to 30% or more of your gross income toward retirement and other investments. A mental trick that works. Pretend your raise only took you to $120,000 and direct the rest automatically into retirement and investment accounts. By formalizing this split, you preserve lifestyle stability while accelerating wealth building. With retirement contributions underway, our next step is to visualize a multi-year roadmap. This timeline lays out a sensible progression. Year 1 focuses on anchoring lifestyle and getting 1 to 2 months of the emergency fund in place. Year 2 completes the emergency fund and ensures the employer match is fully captured. Year 3 increases contributions toward the annual limits and, if surplus remains, starts a taxable brokerage account with index funds. Year 4 emphasizes optimizing your credit score through low utilization and perfect payment history, and encourages reviewing protection like disability insurance. Year 5 continues disciplined rebalancing, revalidates goals, and maintains automation to prevent lifestyle creep. Next, let's explore simple investing choices. Simple investing tends to outperform complex strategies for most investors. Broad market index funds, such as those tracking the S&P 500, deliver low-cost diversification. Alternatively, a target date fund can automate allocation and rebalancing as you approach retirement. Implement a dollar-cost averaging approach by contributing on a fixed schedule, ignoring day-to-day market fluctuations. Keep expense ratios low because costs compound against you. Above all, maintain consistency and avoid reacting emotionally to market swings. With investments humming in the background, let's turn to establishing credit without falling into debt traps. Credit is essential for major purchases and favorable interest rates. Start with a beginner-friendly or secured card if you lack history. Put only small, planned expenses on the card and pay the statement balance in full every month before the due date. Keep your utilization ratio low, ideally under 10 to 30%. Avoid carrying a balance because high interest rapidly erodes the benefits of your raise. Use autopay safeguards and calendar reminders to ensure on-time payments. As your history builds, your score improves and borrowing costs decline. Now, let's reinforce learning with a quick quiz. Question: what is the single best tactic to prevent lifestyle creep after a big pay jump? Option A: upgrade housing and car gradually over 12 months. Option B: anchor spending to your old income and automate transfers of the surplus. Option C: wait to save until bonuses arrive. Option D: invest only after building a 12-month emergency fund. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is to anchor spending to your old income and automate transfers of the surplus. By limiting your spending baseline and automatically moving the difference out of your checking account, you minimize temptation and keep your wealth building on track. Next, let's take one more quick quiz focused on credit discipline. Question: which practice most effectively builds credit while avoiding the debt trap? Option A: use multiple cards and carry small balances for points. Option B: pay the statement balance in full every month and keep utilization low. Option C: only pay the minimum to build payment history. Option D: ignore credit cards entirely to avoid risk. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is to pay the statement balance in full every month and keep utilization low. This builds on-time payment history, avoids interest charges, and maintains a healthy credit profile. With the quizzes complete, let's consolidate what we've learned into key points. These key takeaways summarize the system. Lock your lifestyle. Build a liquid emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. Capture your employer match and work toward the retirement contribution limits. Invest simply with low-cost index funds or a target date fund on an automated schedule. And build credit responsibly by paying in full and maintaining low utilization. Remember to revisit these steps with every raise or bonus to prevent lifestyle creep. Now let's move toward a concise summary. In summary, transform your raise into long-term wealth by anchoring spending to your previous income and automating the surplus. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. Then maximize retirement accounts, aiming for a substantial share of your gross income to fund the future. Keep investing simple, consistent, and low cost. Finally, establish and maintain strong credit habits by paying in full and keeping utilization low. As a closing note, let's wrap with a thank you and a quick call to action. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe, and tell us your biggest takeaways or questions in the comments. Your engagement helps others find this information and supports the channel. See you in the next one.